Hello, in this video we are going to see indifferent curves and constraints for the medium run analysis. Okay, in the previous videos we have seen three things we are going to relate it to the medium run. First thing, when you find the optimum, you can always see that this is right here, so it's bigger. So you will always see that in the optimum, the yellow optimum indifferent curve is always tangent to the budget constraint. And if we change, let's say this, then you always get this situation. The second thing, when you change these values, the exponent, you see that the surface changes. For example, if this is 0.7, then the G1 will grow faster. Here it will grow faster than G2. So if you see that here it grows faster than G2. So you modify these parameters and then you get a different surface, where if you change these prices or budget, then you get a change in the magenta constraint line. So if you change this, you get the magenta change. If you change this, then the magenta change. Okay, these are the three concepts that we are going to relate to the medium run. So if we see the simulation for the medium run analysis, then this is going to be the equivalent to the budget constraint. Then this is going to be the surface, and this plane will represent the equivalent to the budget constraint, the equivalent to the plane that we have seen before in the previous video. And if you see this from above, then this plane is going to be this line here, and this is going to be the optimum indifference curves. And then you can see the first thing here, that the optimum is always here is the optimum, this magenta point is always tangent, the optimum indifferent curve is always tangent to the constraint line. This is the first thing that we have seen before. We have also seen that if we change the surface, then the indifferent curves change. So what we are going to see when we analyze the medium run is that when the central bank has a policy more inclined to favor GDP more than inflation, then they will use a value for beta like this. So here you will see that this is the optimum. Again, the optimum indifferent curve is more circular, and in the optimum you are very close to the target 0.7 for real GDP per capita, and you are far from the target 2 for inflation, and you see that the surface changes. Now if the central bank want to favor the target of inflation, you can get closer to this value 2, then we are going to use a big value for beta, and you will see that this surface will change, and then this change, and then you get this here, this value, where again the optimum, you can see that this more flatter indifferent curves is tangent to this line, but here you are closer to the inflation target, which is 2, and more far from the GDP target. which is this point here, the center, 0.7. We are going to see this with more detail when we analyze the medium RAM, but we already have the mathematical concept of indifferent curves and constraints. Okay, and finally, what is the equivalent to the budget constraint that we have seen in the previous video? Well, the budget constraint is going to be a Philip curve, not a Philip curve as inflation in terms of unemployment, which is inversely related, not inflation as real GDP, which is this one, but very similar to this one, inflation as a function of real GDP per capita. So this is the Philip curve that is used as the constraint. So for example, when the expected price for the workers increases, let's say from 8 to 9, then the Philip curve will change, okay? And then you have a shift in this Philip curve, in this Philip curve, and in this Philip curve. And then this is going to be the new constraint, and this is going to be the new optimum. Again, you can see that always the optimum in different curve is always tangent to the constraint in the optimum point. And this is going to be the graphical justification of the Lagrange method. And you can also see that here in the beginning you have this plane, and then when you increase expected prices you have this parallel plane. We can see one more here, 10, and then you can see that this plane shift parallel towards this side, and here you can see this line that is shifting parallel also, and then you find the optimal here. Okay, so we are going to use two different playlists, one to show the mathematical method and software that you can use to find this, and another different playlist to show the labor market and the analysis for the medium RAM. Okay, I will go on saving videos, so you can subscribe to my channel and then you will get the new videos. And then when I have time I will start to make videos about how do you build these graphs. But I would like to finish the medium run analysis and also the long run analysis, and then I will start to explain how you can create these graphs. Okay, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.